This is a beautiful sight right here. We have the C6 ZR1, potentially the best Chevy ever invented, and then we have the S197 Shelby GT500, arguably the best Mustang ever invented. We heard you guys loud and clear, okay? And we got some big news. For the remainder of the month, we have something pretty special for you guys because we just dropped a ton of new designs based around Havoc here, the 2014 Shelby GT500. We're also running 100 times entries for the rest of the month to get entered to win this Shelby GT500 and the $10,000 in cash. You guys wanted some fresh designs, you wanted new designs, and a lot of you mentioned the Need for Speed Shelby GT500. Well, we may have just came out with the coolest GT500 merch that's based around Need for Speed. Make sure you head to the link in the description and go get your 100 times entries for the rest of the month to take this Shelby GT500 home. New shirts, new hoodies, new tank tops, new shorts. There's a ton of new designs on the website, and you guys won't want to miss out on this. Good luck, guys, and let's go and get on with this video. With my recent purchase of the 2011 C6 ZR1 Corvette, I have been greeted by the GM gods and welcomed into their arms because the car is already having issues. There's gonna be multiple angles to this whole video, okay? Before we can go any farther into this though, I need you guys to drop a like up on this video for my suffering. I also need you to subscribe to the channel if you're new here because I'm trying to hit 300,000 subscribers, and the way this ZR1 is starting off, I'm gonna need every little bit I can. But last week, I took delivery of a 56,000 mile 2011 Velocity Yellow C6 ZR1, and I obviously, you know, jumped into the car, test drove it before purchasing it, and the car is very, very solid. Now, I have to admit and put this out there that as soon as I took delivery of this vehicle, I have not let up on it, and I've started to feel a little bad because every time I would drive this vehicle, I would beat on it, just a straight up beat. I've been beating on the car. It's been feeling great. I have had no concerns whatsoever. One morning I came out, cold started the car, and I knew something wasn't right. Something felt a little off, and I also had some noises that I knew just didn't sound correct. I started hearing this noise just on cold starts, and after that morning, I first heard it, I was like, okay, something just doesn't seem exactly right, but the car is performing perfect. There is no weirdness. It's not a rod knock because as the RPMs go up, the noise would go away, which would be the complete opposite of throwing a rod. If the noise goes up, that means your piston's going faster, therefore the rod knock gets louder. So I wasn't really too worried about the motor being hurt, but of course, that's always in the back of your mind. And considering this is my first GM product with a push rod motor, it is completely different than a Coyote. You know, there are things in the Chevy world that are known to fail on these motors, like lifters, valves. It's all new to me. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but again, I knew something wasn't right. As of 2 days ago, I really had to dive deep into this, do some research, and figure something out because I got a wild hair up my ass one night. I threw the GoPro on. It was nighttime, about 11 o'clock at night, and I just wanted to go for a joyride, and I beat the piss out of the car. Whew. Dude, oh my God, bro. This car is crazy. Look how, oh my God, this car just, it needs a full exhaust, it needs a tune, it needs so much yet, but it's so raw already for being stock. Like, this car is fully stock, guys. Fully stock car. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We just hit 230,000 subscribers, so appreciate y'all for that. Drop a like up on this video right now if you want more of it. And I mean, look at the fine details in the carbon right now. Look at this thing, dude. Never gets freaking old, man. Never gets old. We back in. Oh, little go-kart. Yes, sirski. Woo! ZR1, dude. Oh my God, I still can't believe it. That's a hell of a Mac Daddy rig right there, Billy. And we're gone. Holy shit. Oh my God! Oh, she's not hooking. She goes. God, dude, it's so like, the power delivery is just something I've never experienced before. And like, it's my like 8th day of ownership. Oh, we got a bridge, rev match. Oh, and we're taking it. Oh, brights on, brights on. Oh my God. Oh, I just hit a bump. That was scary. I forgot that bump was there. I take this drive every day to the gym. I forgot it was there. Gets me in the daytime, almost cost me some shit at night. Oh, she's getting tight. to save my ass, them things, man, I hopped in the Shelby GT500 today. I drove that. And I've been driving this thing with the carbon ceramics, and that 500 does not stop anything like this car. And it's kind of ruining me because all my other cars have normal brake pads and rotors, and this has carbon fucking ceramics on it. So, like, when I say it stops, like, oh my God, dude, yeah, it stops. Oh my God, it's like the fucking sun in here. Jesus. Whew. Let old girl cool down. Oh my God. I'm sweating. Yeah, this thing's a fucking beast. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you haven't dropped a like, that's pretty pitiful of you. And wow, C6 ZR1. After that footage you just saw in that nighttime drive, I got home, and when I pulled into the driveway, I knew something was weird. The car not necessarily felt odd, but it didn't feel as spicy as it felt the day I bought it. I can tell you that. The next morning, I was gonna take it to the gym. I fired it up, and I noticed this noise got significantly louder to the point to where I didn't drive the car, and that should say a lot. So the car has remained here in this spot for the last 2 days, and I think we have found the issue, and I'm just so glad, and I'm praying this is all it is. And it's supposedly a very, very common issue in the GM world with like LSA blowers and stuff. Obviously, with the car being so new and pretty expensive, it's a ZR1, I obviously went online and went through the wormhole of forums and videos, everything you can name, I've watched. Jordan and I actually put together like a long extension metal piece, and we started listening to where that tapping, knocking noise was specifically coming from. We were able to kind of pinpoint it with that, which was kind of nice, because the tapping and the clunking, and like you're gonna hear it here in a second, it was definitely coming from the blower, and it was pretty significant. It wasn't like faint, it was loud. If you guys please would though, drop a like upon this video for your boy. That it was a very scary time. Okay, you just buy a ZR1. I have the Mach 1 over there, and I'm have to sell that car, and it's not a fun time. But I think we're gonna be okay though. Let's give you guys a little listen here. Okay, so I would just hop in like this, any other car, shut my door, click my little 1 button, and we're gonna start the vehicle. Okay, starts right up. We can just let this idle for a second, and again, it's kind of hard to hear, but once you hear it, it's like you're locked in. Like you're like, okay, what was that? I was really starting to hear it when I opened the door. All right, I hear it right now. Do you hear it? I heard it loud. I don't know if they're gonna be able to, but we're gonna pop open the hood. Okay, so we got the engine cover on still, but listen. Oh yeah, there she goes. All right, Jordan, you wanna go on that side, pop that cover? Oh my God, dude. All right, pass that to you. Oh my God, yeah, it's gotten so much worse, which is my fault. I mean, well, it's my fault, but it's not. But I've been driving the piss out of this car really hard, so I definitely, you know, added wound to the injury. So what you're hearing is clearly a knock. It's like rattling knock. It's just noisy as hell. And again, we put the extensions together, a big metal extension from the 1/4-inch ratchet, and you can use that as a tool to put on your ear, close your other ear up, because knocks and stuff is going to travel through metal. So you can kind of pinpoint. It makes it a little bit easier and gives you kind of an advantage to be like, okay, is it bottom end? Is it top end of the motor, or is it the blower? And clear as day, I'm sure you can hear through the camera right now that it was indeed through the blower. So that got us wondering and got us thinking, and we obviously went online and started doing some research just to kind of see if anybody else has had this issue, and thank God, so many people. And it was actually a recall from Chevy on these vehicles, on some ZL1s, LSA cars. So the first test we did, we got the breaker bar on the pulley, and we're gonna go and slide off. Try to slide off, it's kind of tight. There we go. Slide off the blower belt, okay? So that was step number 1 based off of what we did. But we got the blower here and we have the pulley. And the first thing you want to do is see if there's any play. And when I say I was astonished with how much play this pulley, like, this is crazy. That's bad. As of right now, that's all we have found. And looking at it online, the forums, videos, and people taking their blowers off, replacing that part, it seems to have cleared up a lot of the issues. And I can tell you right now, that pulley is not supposed to have a lick of play. And that has like good 1/4 inch worth of turning. I'll show you guys again. Dude, that actually might be a 1/2 inch of play.
That might be an inch.
The pulley's not spinning, okay? Pulley's not spinning. Good news is, though, it doesn't seem too crazy to fix. Now, the bad news, something I wasn't really planning on doing, we have to pull the blower off today. Like, the blower has to come completely out of the vehicle, and we have to take the snout off, because inside the snout, you're gonna find a spring-loaded blower isolator. And I guess the purpose of the spring-loaded isolator, which obviously breaks, it tends to get worn out. The spring will actually rub the hub and it just clangs. It doesn't have a nice, like, firm, as you saw, the pulley's literally spinning a 1/2 inch when it's not supposed to. But inside this baggie right here, I have this very, very hard, I don't even know what material. It's super hard though. It has 6 holes, and this is the replacement for that cheap spring one. It's gonna be a pretty eventful vet day, but the blower has to come off today, folks. How many people in the world do you think can say they installed a supercharger on a ZR1? We're about to backyard this shit right now.
Yep.
What I thought could have potentially been catastrophic news so far in this video, and theoretically, after we reassemble everything, it should be quiet as a church mouse. And again, the car drives great, but there was something a little off with the feel of it those last couple nights, especially when I took it out that night and I was ripping on it. I definitely did some damage. I probably broke it even more.
You can hear it right now.
It's loud, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we're fixing it. We actually went ahead and ordered these pucks off of Amazon. It's for Corvettes, and since we have the C7 as well, it works perfect. So these go like into the body, twist, and it latches on, and then obviously the lift arms will jack up on these. I'd like to say it's about that time though. Take our time with this. We're gonna bust down this blower. We just gotta take the blower off. The whole blower has to come off. So, I mean, it doesn't seem too hard. If you do look though, there is a lot going on here. Like, there's a lot of plugins, a lot of bolts.
When you actually look at it, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, you've got some lines here you're gonna have to undo so you can get, you know, access, take it out. I think the main thing we're gonna have an issue is the bolts behind
the two
here.
bolts, or 2 or 3 bolts in the back, yeah.
So, yeah, the 2 bolts back there is gonna be the toughest part.
We're gonna get cracking on this. I will update periodically. This is a learning curve for us, so I'm not like dedicating like a DIY video, but we'll make sure we'll film the good stuff and the most important things. But
All of your plastic pieces staying in?
I think so. I think I had just that one, which not a big deal. Obviously the intake is off. We have the throttle body unplugged. We have all the sensors and such to the blower unplugged. We have all of the bolts out, and there are 2. There's one way back here and one way back here. Very, very hard to get to. We loosened them completely. We're gonna keep them in the blower lid because we're gonna try to finesse the blower lid out while retaining the bolts just hanging in the lid, because I don't even know, getting that out and then putting it back in, that's gonna be a complete pain. We have our belt zip tied to the line up there just so it remains on the assembly and we don't have to rerun the belt. And right now the blower lid is ready to be lifted off the car, and after that you're gonna have, I think, 12 bolts that actually bolt the blower down. So if you look right there, oh yeah, you can see them clear as day. Those 2 bolts, if we had another millimeter or 2 of space with this damn shroud, it would come off. Go, go, go. Hey, look at that. Just a little bit of
that.
convincing there, and you're good to go. Blower lid's off, baby. Let's go. There's our rotor pack, and the good news is, like I said, if I have tension and we spin this, there's no obstruction. There's no noise. The rotors look pretty decent. There's no clanking. That's a plus, though. That means that's where all that rattle and chatter is coming from. We are Chevy A+ techs. Jordan quit Chevy to work on a ZR1, Brandon. He's working on a ZR1 after quitting Chevy. Why do you look like a peeping Tom, Brandon? Now we're just gonna go and disconnect these clips from the coil packs. Want to be careful with those, but those should just loosen up, and then when we pull the blower off, it'll all come with it. So
yeah, that's all loose.
Just like that. Now we just have the remaining 10 mils that are all along inside that blower.
This comes off with it, yeah?
Yep, it all comes off with it.
It's on there.
And then we should be able to lift it up, and the whole blower's off, guys. So I'm just breaking all the 8 mil, blower bolts, getting those loosened up. I'm gonna finish breaking those up, pull all those blower bolts out. They're pretty long. That's what holds the blower to the motor. And this thing will be ready and be released. Isn't that crazy how the blower lid gets 10 mils and then the thing that actually mounts to the motor gets 8s? That's funny. There she goes. Feel a little hot in here, Billy.
It's all right, feels good.
That you're sitting down breathing. How is he sweating? Big and final update for you guys before we're actually about to pull the blower. We have everything loosened up. We have all the 8 mils out of there. That was rather simple. Just take your time with that. We're disconnecting the fuel line right now, and then as you can see, just a little lift and she's loose. Right now would have been the time if you know, Kong blower. I mean, just saying, I'm trying to get this thing spicy. Hit me up. Yeah, you're gonna go throttle body. I'm gonna go pulley. Let's try to get it out. Okay.
Is there anything holding up or no?
I don't think so. Wait a minute. Okay, left. Okay, hold on, careful sensor. Okay. All right, pass it to me. Yeah! How did you miss that, bruh? Blower's off, and it's really cool to see how Chevy works. We were just kind of gazing at it, and you know, you got your coil packs, but then like to see spark plugs like down there with a coil wire, that's just so weird because Coyote is just nothing like that. So you have a blower spinning fast.
Yeah, dude, it's been like an hour and a half.
So step number 2 now, we just got to take the snout off. I think it's like 10 mils. And we have to pry the snout off. It's held by some like GM RTV crazy shit, so that we have pry bars. So you have bolt there, 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 and then this whole snout will come off, and that's where we will locate the old spring isolator, pop the new one in. We literally just did all of this just for this. I do know when you want to pulley these down, you actually have to take a grinder and you have to do like a custom grinding to clear the pulley. Again, I don't know why GM didn't really think that far ahead, because this is stock pulley, and look, the clearance on the stock pulley is like very, very tight as it is, but soon this will be all fixed up. So we have the bolts out for the snout. Look at that, should be a wrapper. We ain't fucking for free. We have our pry bars here, and we have to actually pry off the snout. Oh my God. Bringing out the fucking Mac Daddy, dude. Had to put the Brandon away.
Hey, yo.
Dude, that thing is massive.
With a good little hip thrust, I've been told I'm pretty good at.
It's wild.
We broke the factory RTV or whatever the hell they used. Here is the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Pull this sucker out there, Brandon.
Up, down. There you go. There you go.
Let's go, dude.
That's a stocky.
I'm gonna show you guys a little something. So this is the stock.
Oh, look. Yours is doing that too.
Yep, there we go.
Yours is doing that too.
If you see these grooves, right? These little ribs, that is not good. It is supposed to look like, oh dude, this one's actually gotten chewed up. Oh, okay, so this is a little smoother on the top there. Sorry for the shadow. But this is smoother right here at the top. And where that noise and clunking, look how grooved it is. Look at that, man. You can see the grooves really well right there. Those are not factory, that's from the spring that broke. And then right there, you can see it's kind of smoother, but it was chewing that shaft apart, man. It really was. We have the factory one right here. Let me see the spring. Yep, look at that. Yep. Spring is absolutely gnawed. So if you have an LSA blower prior 2016, we'll say, you have to do your research. I'm not exactly sure. So this is exactly what Chevy used. And again, like the whole purpose of the spring is to relieve tension when going wide. What a piece of fucking junk, dude. That would have hit the car. I probably would have beat you up for no reason. I'm just kidding. I would never do that, Brandon. That is such good news, guys. I don't think you really understand. I was a little worried that we would pull that blower off and there would have been a solid isolator already in there. The solid isolator though, it's just gonna go feed in. You're gonna obviously, you know, jam it in there, make sure they feed into the holes properly. So these 3 pins on the rotor pack will go into those 3 holes, and then as you saw on the snout, there's another 3 pins, and the snout pins will obviously feed in the other 3 holes, and then that should completely take care of all that weird play and stuff. But what a piece of junk. Before we reassemble everything, I am gonna go into a deep clean with some brake cleaner and stuff. We're gonna clean up all the old RTV. You have to razor blade all of this off. We're gonna go get new RTV. With this just barely on there, you can kind of listen to the rotor pack and spinning. She sounds beautiful. So that is good freaking news, guys. Good news.
We're smooth sailing.
We're smooth sailing, bro. We just gotta go get RTV, go grab some lunch, and put this old...
Put that barrel on.
Somebody, yeah, dude. Hide the fucking barrel, dude. So stoked on this. And it feels good, man. It really does. Like, this is so fun. This is like our first big project in this garage.
Dude, it's,
like, big.
It's simple, man.
Dude, tell me it's not nice having a lift, nice lighting, like the tools organized.
We didn't need the lift for this job, to be honest. But it's nice because after we do this,
we have something big planned.
Something else, you know what I'm saying?
Drop a like up on this video for your boy. We're out here doing it. Whipple kit's getting installed on the S650 next. That's the next big project in this garage. I cleaned up all the access, like gasket, RTV stuff from GM, and I installed our new isolator, our solid one here. As you can tell, this thing definitely has more beefiness towards it. That should eliminate all that clinking and clunking that we heard, and it's crazy to me that we literally have to do all of this just to replace that. Also picked up some Permatex Ultra Black RTV. We're gonna do a nice thin layer coating on all of this mating surface. So RTV applied on there, and now we obviously have the new isolator. So I'm going with 1 hole on the top, 2 on the bottom. Now the snout is all bolted back up. We, you know, I did a star pattern as far as tightening, and check this out. Ready? With our new isolator, we have our rotor pack. You guys saw what it was before. Roll the clip. Remember that play we had? Look at this. Gone. Not a single bit of play. We are golden. I can't even do it. My finger's sliding because the rotor packs are too heavy to spin. I've been driving the car around with a f***ed up isolator. You guys saw how bad it was. I'm wondering if the car's gonna feel more peppier now that it's like working flawlessly. So that'll be pretty interesting just to see if it feels different. The gaskets, you gotta, I say go. No, that's fine. That leg folded in. Did it? Oh, it did. Brandon, are you fucking me right? Okay, wait. Cut. You just watched that happen, and then that was your reaction when you processed what was happening. Like, even Jordan on the other side of the car was like, oh my God. Should we run that back?
Run that back. Dog, that's insane.
That leg folded in. Did it? Oh, it did. Hey, at least it wasn't the blower. Now you gotta find all those bolts.
Fuck, I could have just dropped this thing over there and grabbed it.
Blower is back in, bolts have been started. Now there is a way you have to torque these down. It's like bang, 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 bang. Jordan has the whole PDF file on it, so we're gonna do that accordingly. Then it's onto the blower lid. Blower is officially torqued down to the long block. We just reapplied our gaskets there, and I took brake clean and stuff, and Jordan and I went in and really cleaned up the blower. Not much oil bypass, believe it or not. I do plan on getting a catch can still, but not much oil went through though and was sitting within the blower, so that's a good sign. All right, guys. It's a couple hours later. It is the moment of truth. We took off the blower, as you saw. We replaced the stock isolator from GM with a harder isolator, which is a super common thing on LSA stuff. We did some testing. I did the turning thing. Everything felt solid as hell. We can look over this real quick. All that vacuum stuff's plugged in, and
Need to get this back down.
oh, good call. See, this is why we look. While Jordan brings down that last little clip, I'm pretty certain everything is plugged in accordingly. All our coil packs, the injectors, and all of that's already with the blower. We have the fuel line hooked back up. The belt's on right, the intake's on right. Jordan, your side's looking solid.
Yeah, everything.
Oh wait, our coolant hoses, those are attached. All right, did we fire it up?
So, Billy.
Brandon?
I'm ready.
Let her rip, man, let her rip. Let it run for a minute. No clunking at all.
Good.
And that's when I would hear it, was when it was really cold. But we'll let this idle for about 5 to 10 minutes and check over everything, but it sounds healthy as hell, man. I have the coolant open because we did lose a little coolant when we detached the line, so you can actually see it's somewhat moving, so if it burps itself or bleeds itself out, that's good. That's the reason why it's off. But man, she sounds healthy, bro.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
No clanking.
Nothing. Oh my god, dude, what a difference. You hear that?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing sounds incredible.
Just hear the injectors firing away, man.
Wow, she's purring, bro. She is purring. Not a peep. Yes, sir. If you don't stop fucking with those headlights, leave them alone. Headlight, headlight, headlight. Why do you keep doing that? Leave it. Knock on wood, but my god, this thing sounds extremely healthy right now. Damn. Dude, it's smooth. Wow. I'm gonna let the oil temp get to about 120 and we'll rev it a little bit, get the RPMs up, and probably go take it for a drive, see how it feels, but it sounds really good. Can you hold some steady RPM at about 2,500? She's healthy, bro. That sounds so much better. What a difference. I don't want to speak too soon. I'm going to take it for a little drive, but man, what a difference. Like, you don't hear a single knock, bang, squeak, nothing. I think she's sounding good, boys. I don't hear anything. It sounds
Like a
so clean. Let's fucking go, man.
All you hear
Appreciate
is
y'all.
fans.
Absolutely, bro. God, you have no idea. I was in shambles for a little bit.
Oh, he was.
Dude, you just buy a car
Fantastic.
like this, you know, and not knowing much about the LS platform, and you hear that, that'll put you through a ringer.
I mean, a metallic noise at any given time.
Any
is like,
car.
Man, she sounds good now, and it was such a cool experience, man. I'm by no means like any sort of mechanic or anything, but that was my house hands-on. Jordan and I went hands-on with the LS9 today with the blower, so we can honestly say we installed a supercharger on a ZR1. And honestly, it was kind of therapeutic. I was telling Romina, it's because like the garage is set up so nice now. Everything's organized. It's controlled air. We have a lift. It's clean. We had a table for it. It was like something about it was really fun, and I'm honestly really looking forward to that Whipple install, to where we do the same thing. Just take our time, lock in, and make something great. So I'm really stoked on that.
Dude, that was easy, to be honest.
It was fun, right?
We had the blower out in less than an hour and a half. Like, everything said and done, like with filming, that's pretty good.
And that's like kind of teeter-tottering our way around, like being
Yeah, I mean,
careful.
that was
and-
like us, you know, like, all right, did we get this? Did we get that? Just like triple checking every step of the way. So, I mean, honestly, that wasn't bad at all. I would do that again in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Well, I think there's one last test to this video, gentlemen. It sounds great now, but does it drive great? And I think we take the 2 yellow turds out. What do you think?
Yeah, that's the only way you got to test it.
I say we do it. Brandon, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's close up shop and let's hit the streets. All right, so we're on the road.
Responsive.
It is responsive. It feels good. It seems to be driving really well. I hear nothing. Not a single peep out of this car.
Quiet.
At all. It sounds really healthy, matter of fact. We did check the oil. It needed a little bit of oil, so we topped her off. Some 5W30 Mobil 1. I had some laying around, just so happened, so that works. I think that was like 10 pounds. I don't know what the reading was, but she felt good.
She was spinning.
That was like, I think it was reading like 12 or 13 pounds. Just got back to the house. The drive went absolutely amazing. I was keeping my eye on the boost gauge. That was just kind of like my only concern if there was some sort of boost leak, because I mean, it's a lot of gaskets, the RTV and stuff that we applied, but everything feels solid, man. The car just feels so happy. So just check underneath the hood again, just make sure there's nothing weird or any weird sounds, and I think that's a W for today, man. I really do.
Still purring.
Purring, bro.
I don't smell anything, so.
No, dude. I mean, I think she's golden. For real. She's driving great, man. I think we actually just did it. That was sick, man.
That was awesome.
To a lot of people, that might not sound cool, but to me, that was insane. Like, that was so sick to get my hands dirty with that kind of thing. I'm like a little addicted. I want more projects now. Whipple's next, man.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't check out that video, go watch the previous video on Friday that I posted. Whipple for the S650 is here, and it's huge. Don't forget, guys, on the website, kdmapparel.com or dvpsquad.shop, we have all new designs, and with the new designs and older merch, we are running 100 times entries for every $1 spent on the site right now. That's gonna get you entered into winning this Shelby GT500 come November 1st and $10,000 in cold hard cash. Fly you out to the house, you're gonna pick up your car, pick up your cash, make some content, and it's gonna be such a good time. So make sure you go click the link in the description, go buy some merch, get entered to win this Shelby GT500, because this car behind me is truly so special and you do not want to miss out on this opportunity. dvpsquad.shop or kdmapparel.com. I appreciate y'all watching and your continued support. Drop a like up on this video, subscribe if you're new here to the channel. Guys, we will see you Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time for another video. Thank you so much. Deuces.